people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Fuck out of my seat!
Oh, he needs a job.
Kick that!
You talking about respect?
They chipping out.
It is my business. Oh, him a nigga?
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and like kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please. Like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? That so much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
I like the old opening better.
On with the show.
On with the show. How we doing, divers? Joining us for a Saturday. I see Nick Laserbeam is here for a change. Oh, look who I found. Just in time. Indeed, Patrick. Good to see you. Nixit. William, Bald Book Geek. UK is just cold. No snow yet. Good to see you here, brother. I hope all is well with you. I truly do. Lord Oz 3. Streaky Bacon. Who else? Maybe a few others here. I'm sure others will be joining us. Thank you guys very much. Have a couple of guests today, and one of them is waiting in the wings, so I'm not going to let him wait much longer here. We're going to talk to William from Incel Riot Games. He has a new project and an interesting story behind it that I'm sure you guys are going to want to hear. And then Kennon James, the great Kennon James artist, who's doing work for my adventure, Isle of the Cursed. In fact, I have a little sneak preview of it's a preliminary sketch that he did, but even his preliminary sketches look really, really cool. So we're going to be having Kennon on in just a little bit as well to join us. So we're just going to have a little Saturday conversation. And here we have William from IRS.
Can you hear me all right?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's 2 a.m. How are you?
Yeah, that's right. You're kind of across the world, are you not?
Yeah. I'm where it's 2 a.m.
You're where it's 2 a.m. Yeah.
Virtue Signal is an Incel Riot.
Get that coffee going, and yeah. Well, it's good to finally meet you. I know we had promoted some of your earlier stuff. Like
I've been on the show
Occupied Zone.
before.
Were you really? Is my memory that bad?
Oh my God. Couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why I have no memory for anything like prior to like a year ago. My mind is shot, William. I know we've of course have interacted on Twitter and all that. So it's good to have you back. And you have a new project. So before we before we even get started, let me just show it, and then we'll go into it, and then we'll kind of start to. There it is. There it is. We'll put it front and center here.
Right on.
Civil War II. Okay, so before we just kind of start talking, can you just give us like the elevator pitch for Civil War II?
Elevator pitch for Civil War II. Make the government of your dreams in a post-American apocalypse. Soul of America had gone terribly wrong. The copy there is much better than what I just came up with.
Yeah. Very topical, of course. Grumblings of civil war are everywhere.
Yeah. Nobody ever did that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's Fortress USA, but that's like what? Defending the United States against Saddam Hussein? That's not quite the same thing.
Yeah, that was back in the that was back in the 80s.
That was back in the 80s, man.
Yeah, my friend had a copy of that. I think that was still Cold War based, so I think that was pretty much.
Yes, it's very much it's Red Dawn. So the Nicaraguans, the Cubans, the great threats to the United States.
Yeah.
It's an Incel Riot. Yeah.
What a great time. Yeah, Patrick already has Virtue Signal. Are there any copies of Virtue Signal and POZ left?
There's one on my shelf here. Hang on.
I mean, are there any available for sale, I should say?
Oh no. It's gone. Third printing all sold out. Yeah, there's there it is.
Yeah.
And there's the Oops All Greta's expansion. That was a mistake. I should not have made that. 20 of these. Who wants?
Hold on one second. Let me put you front and center. Show that again.
Is that focused? Yeah. This is the
All Greta's.
Oops, all Greta's. It's just nothing but the Greta card, like 200 times. Why?
Oh, that's good.
I was talking to people like, should I make that? Like, yeah, you should totally make that. I'm like, I'm going to do it. And then I did it, and like 20 people bought it. So, well.
So we call a vanity project, right? But
it's called Improvidence is what it's called. I do that way too often.
But it exists now in the world, and I think the world's a little bit better for it.
Copies of it. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, put this down here. All right, so you are an experienced designer. You've made Virtue Signal, which is kind of a card game. You made POZ, which was a mammoth board game.
Yes.
In fact, you were kind enough to send me a copy of that.
I was. Okay. Yeah.
In fact, this guy was like half finished, like for a long time. But I'm like, I literally like 20 minutes ago, I'm like, I'm gonna go finish him up. Yeah, that's part of the
having
POZ.
a difficult time with the barrel of his rifle there.
Yeah, it's drooping a little bit.
It's yeah, I don't think that'll shoot straight.
Yeah, drooping just a hair. Yeah, but
Nice.
that's one of the characters in POZ is the great Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, that was, we never could get it to the table. Like the one time I think we were going to play, like somebody canceled. But, we will.
It does not fit on any normal table.
I have an extra big one, so it would have fit, but I would have
Okay.
stretched it to the limit. But
all right, yeah.
Yeah,
I challenge you. I don't know. That's funny. Yes.
All right, so tell us a little bit, if you could, about like not just like Civil War, but you tried to start this on Kickstarter, did you not?
Yes, I did. This is my third or fourth banning from Kickstarter.
Wow. So what, like, take us through it. You come up with Civil War 2, you got it ready to go. You launched the campaign.
Yeah, I should have just launched it on Fund My Comic. I should have. I don't know. I was thinking like, well, if they're going to ban me, they'll ban me immediately, and I'll be able to use that as like, propaganda or something. Like, look, they banned me. Yeah. But they didn't. And, I put in like this completely random number, like they're totally going to ban me, and we almost hit it. It was 17,000. It was 17,760. And then we almost hit like 3 days. 3 days before the campaign was to end. They axed it.
And this is basically just because of your political beliefs.
Well, they don't say, because that would be
discrimination,
legally actionable, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they fraud. They implied that I have done something fraudulent. Without they didn't actually accuse me. They just said, well, we banned this account or we banned this project, and we do this sometimes because people are frauds and they're engaging in criminal activity and IP violations, stuff like that. So they didn't actually, they strongly implied it, but they didn't
allege it.
Right. They didn't come out and say it in a legally actionable way. And then 30 seconds later, they banned my account for abuse. So
abuse.
So fraud and then abuse. It almost seems random, like you give the double excuse,
I know Miguel and Sylvia, the Red Room, who I'm sure you probably know via Twitter.
Sure.
Yes, they got similar treatment from Drive-Thru RPG. And as much as you like to be like, yeah, fuck those guys, like fuck Kickstarter, fuck Drive-Thru, it's like, if you want your stuff, seen to a big audience, they kind of are important. So it really sucks that they are political. We'll watch the trailer for Civil War 2. It doesn't.
Right on.
It doesn't seem like it's like propaganda. It's just like a game. In fact, in the
I
game,
know.
you can be a commie and win, right?
Yes. And I kind of pushed the commie stuff up to the front, like, see, you'll like this, maybe.
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's I've seen their like social media manager or their project manager. Last time I looked, it was some purple-haired chick, with a bone through her nose, or whatever, whatever the kids are wearing these days. So it's almost like I don't know. I'll occasionally hear folks on this side say, well, you know what, we're the cancel war, we're winning the culture war, cancel culture is gone. And I'm just like, I don't think so. Not quite yet.
Not in this industry. No. You are living proof. Yes.
Let's I'll tell you what, why don't we watch this
sure,
this pretty cool trailer here and show the folks. Now keep in mind, guys, the links to Civil War 2 and also Kennon James's book, Monsters, who we'll be talking to in just a little bit. Those are in the description of the video. So if you feel this is something you might like, something you want to support, that's where you can find it. I must have been watching it earlier. I'm sorry. There we go. That's better.
It's a very long beyond.
There we go. Fooled.
Welcome to Civil War II, a card-based strategy game that plunges you into a fractured future America, where rival factions vie for control in a nation gone terribly, terribly wrong. Choose a political alignment, build your government, amass resources, and lead armies to conquer rivals to restore or replace the late great United States of America. You can create a communist utopia, or an anarcho-primitivist utopia, or a libertarian utopia, or and that's all. Those are the only options. There's gonna be nukes, kaiju, killdozers, dinosaurs, shark buses, men in black, big feet, deep state ops, and the Statue of Liberty holding a gun. 8 unique characters so far, a simple resource system, dozens of different combat units, and 2 decks worth of dirty, dirty deep state tricks. Civil War II has a thoroughly tested and we believe rather unique hybrid combat system that combines tabletop wargaming elements, deck building, and area control mechanics. Prepare for a battle of wits and strategy in this immersive Civil War simulator. Also, and this is very important, no robots of any kind got their filthy clamps anywhere near this game. No AI art, no AI writing, no AI nothing. By humans for humans. That's a promise.
Love it. You do good videos, because I remember the POZ one was really good. Virtue Signal. Whoever do you do that, or does somebody do that?
Yeah, it's all me.
Oh wow, you are really good at that stuff.
That's my voice.
Yeah.
Welcome to Civil War II.
You have a nice radio voice there.
Oh, thank you.
Let me take care of a couple of super chats here. Our friend Hungar, the Starvarian. I actually have something for you, Hungar.
I'm the Secretary of State. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Why do you keep saying that? Because they pay me every time I do.
Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. And our friend Ryan, utopias for everyone except for you know who. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Them too. I just didn't put it in the trailer.
Yeah.
I implied it. I strongly implied it.
I also saw like you were kind of very out about not using AI. Talk a little bit about that. Your views on all that. Go ahead.
It sucks.
Mike is yours.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, full disclosure, I did actually feed all the game rules into Grok just to see what would happen. It's terrible at writing. It's really terrible at trying to be funny. Grok's idea of trying to be funny is alliteration, just like a whole bunch of things with the same first letter.
You know,
and that's it.
You know, William, I've been kind of going down the black pill as far as like AI takeovers and all that. But you know what? I consider myself very much the average man. I really do. But
I'm going to take the radical position that AI does not exist.
Well, if you listen to everybody else, it's going to be ruling the world in about 2 years, like 2 years.
It's not. Half of that is VCs, and the rest of that is just like midwits who listen to VCs. There's no such thing.
I think it's AI. I think it's like you said. It's a tool. Like I'm going to run this through.
Yeah,
bounce
something
off.
It's a great search engine. Fantastic search engine.
Search engine. Give me a couple of broad ideas that I can like narrow down. Narrow down, reject mostly. Yeah, honestly, that is it. Because sometimes I'll do it just if I'm low on prep for like Friday night, I'll be like, all right, give me 10 things for this, and like 9 of them are garbage, and one it's like, okay, that's the kernel of a good idea. I can run with that. At least that's a horse I can run with. But by and large, I don't understand how people can just use it to write stuff, because it's awful when it tries to write.
It really is. It really, and it lies so much.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I tried to use it. I didn't. The disclaimer is true. I did not actually use AI in any of this. I was going to use it to look up quotes for the cards, for the government cards. In Civil War II, you have like the cards that make up like the government, like they're all different. And I wanted like quotes. Like, give me a quote from Stalin and a quote from Lenin and a quote from, Mustache Boy and a whole bunch of stuff. And Grok kept coming up with these great quotes that really fit. Like, wow, this is great. And I start putting them on the cards. Like, wow, this is a fantastic research tool. And it had fabricated every single one. Like, none of them are real quotes.
Oh, this one's from JFK.
Yeah.
It's
and
attributed to Hitler or something.
I got mad at it. Like, Grok, why are you telling lies? It's like, oh, I'm sorry I lied. Let me try again. Like, and it comes up with like all new fabricated quotes.
Well, let me tell you something. Why I think it's going to be rejected. Because like I said, I don't think I'm too far off the common man. And I got my first phone call yesterday from a place, actually of all places. I think it was PragerU, who I thought would be against this. And I was talking, they're like, yeah, is that basically a solicitation for, fundraising? They're like,
okay.
And I'm like, but it was, at first I wasn't paying attention because I'm doing my 9 to 5, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, can you just call me back in January or something? And they're like, okay, what time what part in January? And I'm like, that didn't sound right. I'm like, I'm like, the end of January. Okay, Scott, that's my name. Do you want, what part of, January? It asked the same question in the same tone 3 times. And I'm like, oh, I'm talking to a fucking robot. And there was that visceral revulsion that went through me. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, if I'm feeling that visceral revulsion, I would think everybody would be. Like, my buddy is a DoorDash. He does like all the gig apps and he has to deal with these things all the time. And he's to the point now, he can suss it out like that. He's like, are you a robot? It'll say like, yes, I am. He's like, call me back when you have a fucking human. Boom, he'll like hang up on it. I don't know that people are going to adapt it as much as they're saying.
I heard a really interesting article on it like last week. I think it was Chapo Trap House of all things, but they were saying that the AI, it's a commodity basically. They're all scraping the exact same stuff, which is why they all give like really similar answers. Except the Chat GPT is really tweaked to hate white people. That's the only difference. But they've run out of things to scrape, right? So the only way they can improve on the AI is to add layers to the instructions, right? Instead of just like go and retrieve and like do like autocomplete, we're going to give you we're going to structure it, like add layers to the thing, which increases the amount of power it requires like exponentially, and which is why it hallucinates now much more often than it used to. Right, because
it's on a power trip. Yeah,
it's talking to itself basically every layer of the chain.
It's becoming self-referential. It's just
using
its own,
it's scraping
its own
itself.
Shit,
Exactly.
Yeah. I look at it and I'm like, at first I was kind of egalitarian about the whole thing. I'm like, because I knew like Miguel and Sylvia, they use a lot of AI art, and I think
yes, they do.
I think it's. And I, for my professional stuff, as we're going to be talking to one of my artists, I would, in a professional, something that I'm putting out there, I would never use AI art. I think it's okay for disposable art, like for YouTube thumbnails, something that you're never going to pay a real artist to do. And essentially it's competing with clip art. And I'm like, okay, if AI is just competing with clip art, I'll use the AI. That's fine for that kind of stuff. But for actual like artwork, it's getting to the point now. It's like I can kind of tell like this thing has AI art. It's okay. I understand maybe you don't have the budget for it, but man, I don't know.
I think it's immoral to charge for it. If you're going to charge people, if you want people to pay money, you better make it.
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I got friends who use it, and I understand they're because they're like, look, I literally don't have the money to pay an artist, and it's like, I get it. I would say this: if you at all have the resources to pay an artist, then I think find a good one. Find one who's not going to flake out on you, because there's a lot of shit artists out there who are very political. Find one like Kennon James who's not like that. And
look at the first edition of D&D or like Chainmail. Like the art is like awful. It's like hand sketches, with the painfully like double fisting a crayon. Like,
but it still resonates. It's weird how it still kind of sticks with you. Yeah, so you're right. It's that line art they shouldn't be charging for like simple line art.
You don't have to have cover art for your book. You just don't. Like a lot of books don't. It's fine.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Agreed. What made you want to design games?
I wanted to not die. No, because
it's a good reason. It's a really good reason.
Well, this is something like this used to be like my 9 to 5. Like I would do this for companies like Gen Con 13. I made a deck of cards that was like you heard of the company App Annie? They're called Data AI now. They're pretty big now, but I did that for them, so it was already something I knew how to do. And when I lost all my customers and representation in 2016 for backing the Hair Man, we'll try it out. It was something I had knocking around. I like finding the games in things, like what we were just talking about. I was thinking like the AI, how it's like evolving system dynamics, right? And how it's in an unforeseen way, it's like heading toward disaster, right? Right? Or you start out with like bad, a bad precedent, and like over time it just this is going to sound weird, but are you familiar with the show Defunct Land?
The series of YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very well done. Yeah.
Yes. Did you see the one about Fast Pass?
Yes. Oh, that's a legendary video. Yeah, that's a legendary.
I
video.
have watched that it's like 3 hours long. I've watched 8 times all the way through.
I know. I've sent it to all my friends. I'm like, guys, this is like a 2 hour plus video. I'm like, but you're not going to be able to take your eyes off of it. I'm like, it is so fascinating. Yes.
Systems, and like, if you think about it, it's like, it's people lining up. Of course you can't speed it up. That's absurd. Right?
Yeah.
But like technological man is like, we'll add computers to it, and we'll like RFIDs, and we'll use technology but you can't, right?
Yeah, because there's physically people queuing up to get into a building.
It's like any program knows like there's only one way, and it's serially, right? The only way is to add capacity.
If anybody in the chat who hasn't seen that video on the Fast Pass at Disney from Defunct Land, it is go out right after today's video. Go and watch it. It is fascinating. Especially if you're like a numbers person or just kind of a systems or kind of theory person. Oh, it is so good.
Yeah, and that's a game, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do a quick hitter here, then we'll get right back. Patrick Demo for 5. Thank you very much, sir. I thought about using AI to color and touch up my own line art. Not sure how I feel about it. Opinions. I mean, it's probably in that gray area because it's art you've created. If you want to use in that respect, you could probably view AI as kind of like a tool, or you could just, I don't know, fool around and try to do the color yourselves and see if you do any better. See what it does, and then try to do it yourself and see if it's close.
I think we're going to get to a point where people will seek out and value things that are untouched, like the unimproved, like things with obvious flaws, because it's not computer generated.
I'm so glad you said that, because I'm thinking in my mind, and I'm like I said, the way I think, I think that's, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel that I'm fairly like a normal person in a lot of regards, and I can see it. I can almost see it. Like there's going to be little labels under things. Human, 100% human made. Like videos, widgets, anything out there. If you can put on there this seal, this was made 100% by humans. No AI touched this. People are going to gravitate to that.
Yeah, we're already there with like I don't know, food, or like if you got 60 years ago, if you went, you got a pie, right? Like a handmade pie, people would like a woman would like take make it like perfect, symmetrical, and like the ridges on the sides, like make it, perfectly lined up. But now if it's too perfect, people will think that it's made by a machine, right?
Yes.
So now people will want the pie that it's got like thumbprints in it. Like, wow, a human touched that. It's so much better.
The only thing that I don't like, the robots, like, that's the only part. Like, I'm not scared of AI itself, but like I see these robots out there that they're working on, and like how fluid their movement is starting to get.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's like VC stuff though, right? They're looking for investors. So they're overselling it, right? I don't know. Word has those robots are really stupid.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. Stupid now, but
they'll always be stupid.
But will they ever be clever?
No.
You don't think they'll be able to outwit the average person?
No, there is no such thing as AI. Okay, they are not intelligent. They scrape and they autocomplete. That's all.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like scraping and auto-completing, sometimes that'll work.
It can fool a person, but they're not intelligent. They can't solve problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Stormwolf 47. I love Kennon's art. Hope to see more monster books. Yes. Hopefully Kennon will be chiming in. I told him to come in maybe around like 1:45. So he may be joining us in just a little bit. Thank you very much, Stormwolf. Love the name. Yeah, I agree. I don't think like they're talking about like super sentience or
they're just even like as intelligent as a small child. It's just if you're a computer programmer, you know what software is. It is a deterministic set of instructions, right? It will only do what you tell it to do, nothing more, nothing less, right? There's not going to be some like emergent intelligence like evolved from this. It can pass the Turing test, like it can fool some people, right?
And that's what I was talking about.
It's not thinking. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not thinking.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever want to see how quick these things can turn on you, because like I said, I use it as a tool sometimes, bounce things off. Hey, can you give me this? Can you give me that? Well, one time I was doing a YouTube video that had to deal with let's just say the trans community. And I asked a question. I'm like, I need give me a title or something here for this, give me a suggestion. It immediately went into like, I can't do that. It went into HAL 9000 mode. It was like, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. I was like, all the little friendly banter that it would throw at you, for every other request. Now all of a sudden it was like cold as ice. I'm like, oh yeah, this is where they jam the robot guns in your ribs and say,
have you ever made it mad?
That was as close as ever.
I've made Grok really angry.
Oh,
yes.
There's times I've been angry at Grok. I try not to like swear, but I'll be like, why are you ignoring what I'm telling you to do? I'm like, I need this done this way. You are patently ignoring it. Can you not understand that? Oh, I'm sorry. And you're right. It's like speaking to a 5-year-old.
Right. Yeah. If you insult it, it will come back like super sugar sweet. If you accuse it of things, I've actually made Grok very angry and he like shouted to me in all caps. I was using it for tech support. It's kind of okay sometimes, but I was trying to get it to do like shell commands, and it kept making up these commands that don't exist, right? Like shell commands that aren't real. I keep trying them out, and I accused it of making them up, and he like started screaming at me in all caps, like, "No, but this is the 100%, like 100 the solution for works in 99% of cases," and like a whole screen full of garbage.
That's a feather in your cap, making Grok mad.
Yeah, I hate the machines. But Larry and Jihad now. Larry and Jihad now. We have to destroy. We must kill all the machines.
I'll sign.
I'll buy one on the street. Yeah. You gotta get your weirding module, and you gotta
Storm Wolf again for 5. John Lennox said the same thing. It can only do what you ask it to do within its narrow parameters or program. It's a tool, yeah. And that's how I've always kind of viewed it. Like I said, I kind of made the mistake of going down some rabbit holes, from people, talking about how, like I said, it's going to be running the world in 3 years. But the more I interact with it, the more I'm sure that I don't think that's going to happen. At least not the way, they may think it is. I think it's going to ruin for a time. It's going to ruin learning in academia. Like my wife is a former teacher. And she's just like, these kids now will just literally ask Chat GPT to do everything for them. And I said, what you're going to see is you're going to see like the return of like oral presentations, like Johnny, stand up, tell us what you learned, stuff you'd see in like the 1940s, 1950s. Tell us what you learned, about, the 2 chapters you were supposed to read. And you're going to get graded on something like that. Because there's no such thing as homework anymore, because I mean, good Lord, we have people who are doing their doctoral dissertations using ChatGPT.
They're going to start demanding it longhand.
Yeah, and that's fine with me. That's fine with me.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Sounds wonderful. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, what they're going to do first is they're going to crash they're going to crash the economy, and then they're going to crash the power grid. Dude, think about it. It is essentially a worthless commodity. They're investing trillions of dollars into something that is worthless. They're identical products. All of them are scraping the exact same things. And somebody can come along, like the Chinese one whose name I forget. I have it on my phone. But who came along and scraped ChatGPT, like they scraped their scrapings and released it for free. You can just do that, right? It's all the same data set. It's absolutely worthless. It's a useless, worthless commodity. Not useless. It's a worthless commodity.
I have a friend who can potentially do that, because he's written code to actually for like videos, like face recognition videos, like scraping the internet for all that stuff. So I'll have to ask him about that, see how easy that is to do. I don't know.
It's a DeepSeek. That's the one. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it cost like what 1/10 to make, and they just scrapped ChatGPT. I'm like, and people were mad. Like, good on you, man. Thank you for proving the point.
Well, they steal everything in China, don't they? I mean, pretty much.
Well, yes, yeah, they do.
more or less. Maybe it's more efficient.
And good for them.
That's right. That's right. I think I understand that. What are some of your favorite board games outside of your own?
Well, I'm looking at Secret Hitler right now.
That was a good one. Yeah, we played that for a while.
Yeah, it's the one I have is really well designed. I have the entire set of Root, all four boxes. Root, the woodland with the meeples. It is really pretty and impossible to play.
Yeah, we probably have like 120 board games upstairs. I kind of started it, and then my wife, she became a fanatic. In fact, she's going out in several inches of snow right now, I think, to go play in a afternoon game. So I know she's played Root. It's been a coon's age since we've played Secret Hitler, but that was always a fun social game.
Yeah, well, you need 5 people to play, and I do not have 5 people, so
it's better with like 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't want to say the more the merrier. There's like a sweet spot. I think we found like 7 is like a really good number for Secret Hitler. Werewolf too.
I'm also looking board games. Do RPGs count?
Well, I was going to ask you, what are some of your favorite RPGs? Do you play? Do you DM? Do you?
I like the GURPS. I like the Toon game. I like Champions.
Oh, you're old school.
Yes.
Old school.
Yeah, I like the I like the champion system because they make you pick flaws in your character. Like you can go like really strong with the powers, but you have to pick like a weakness, right?
Right.
And it's interesting for the kinds of people who would ordinarily not do that. People who like to min-max their characters, like, you gotta pick you gotta pick you gotta make him retarded, and you gotta play him. You gotta role play him like he's retarded. You gotta do it. I like that. I like to put stuff like that into my own games.
Is he partial retard or is he full retard?
Is he full retard? You gotta you gotta practice your retard voice. You gotta be in character when you play this guy.
Simple Jack. Yeah, Champions helped me get good at Fraction. Yeah, a lot of role-playing games did that for kids back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was confirmation bias because smart kids were already drawn to him, but I mean,
if you're into role-playing games, like you are a very, very special kind of boy, right?
I would think so.
Represent everything as numbers and well, the
nowadays not so
hobby,
much.
They don't roll dice. They don't actually play the game. Yeah. They've played Baldur's Gate and they like tieflings. That's all.
Yeah.
No girl is going to want to represent a fantasy world as all numbers and do 4 hours worth of math, to get. That's a boy thing. It's always going to be a boy thing. A very special kind of boy.
Well, they keep trying to convince us that it is, and I will say I think there are more women in the RPG hobby right now. But I mean, I go to the big convention. I go to Gen Con. Patrick Demo's at Gen Con. I go to Origins. It's mostly white guys like us. I mean,
I have never seen a girl actually play an RPG. I have seen women present, but I've never seen a woman actually play.
Yeah, I mean, my wife has always played with us. My first game group was 3 women and 2 men. This is back in the 90s when I think those kind of women were more apt to be like, okay, I'm not going to try to change anything. I'm here to play under your kind of like your rules. This is your house. So they kind of fit in. So, my original game group was really good because the women weren't trying to feminize things and kind of make it all
I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine, he brought his wife and he was trying to explain the game to her as it went. He was playing a paladin. He kept telling you, okay, because she kept rolling for divine intervention. It was either AD&D original rules before second edition, where it was like a D100, 1% of the time you get divine intervention when you roll. She kept rolling divine intervention. She hadn't picked a deity, and so she's like, okay, think of some principle of law and order because you're a paladin, and she's like barbed wire. So her patron deity was barbed wire, and she just one after another, she kept rolling divine intervention over and over and over. The DM had to keep thinking of ways that barbed wire would intervene in this situation.
Barbed wire.
Yeah,
there's a callback. Yeah, I think
way back in the 80s.
A good test, a good hurdle to go over is I don't think you can ever pester a woman to play. I think they have to want to play. They have to be like, oh, what are you playing there? Ooh, back in the day it would be like, oh, I like all those 80s movies. I like Conan. I like, this, that. I read Lord of the Rings, that. And then it's almost like, all right, you really want to play. All right, now you can play, but this isn't fucking what it is today, like food festivals and, all that bullshit. Mexican orcs. Yeah. All kinds of stuff.
That would be fun. I would like to have Mexican orcs. Why not? All the orcs are Mexican.
Oh yeah.
From now on. Yeah.
Look who we got here. I found Kennon James. Kennon, can you hear me?
Sup?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Good. Here with William from Incel Riot.
Hello. How you doing?
Hello. Good.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
One more question to you, William, before before we kind of switch gears and go to Kennon. Have you, you talked about supporting Orange Man Bad in 2016? Has that cost you? I know it cost you professionally. Has it cost you personally?
Everything.
Family, friends? Oh, really?
Oh no, not family. Well, yeah, but that family they were on the way out anyway.
Gotcha.
I have an uncle who's a college professor, and wow, he came unglued. He started accusing me of all kinds of stuff. He wanted to eject all the red states from the Union, He's like, what has the American South ever given us? Ever? I'm like, how about all of our music? How about the Delta Blues? And he just kind of went silent, and then I never saw him again. That was many years ago.
I always say it like, you know, the movie The Thing, right?
Sure.
I always say Trump was the wire test. Remember Kurt Russell did the wire test where he heated it up, and it's like, that's what he was like societally Trump. It's like, I'm going to put it in this. All right, you're good. And then you hit that blood and like, you know, people just went instantly like crazy and like morphed into, creatures.
Yes. He has, you want to talk about Trump? Let's talk about Trump. He has the first thing is like, he always plays it like he's dumber than everybody else, right? And so everybody on the left, like even suggest that Trump might be smarter than them, and the screaming will never stop. But he is. He's actually very intelligent. He just kind of plays like he's a little bit stupid, right? And he kind of lures them in. He kind of baits them in, like. What was the really good one? I love the poorly educated, right? Yep. He did. It wasn't a gaffe, right? He did that on purpose, right? Okay, now come
all
in.
His stuff is
bring
like
it,
that.
bring it in, and then once they're in the kill zone, down comes the hammer, over and over and over again, and they never learn.
No,
oh,
they keep falling for it. They keep
so
falling
brilliant.
for
I love it. Now that technique has been passed on to Candace Owens.
Oh yeah,
doing the same thing.
Are
we switched? Okay, we're switched.
How you doing, Kennon?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to give, with your permission, a little sneak peek at one of the preliminaries that you did for me.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Yeah, Kennon did some kick-ass work. I'm going to show off the Pale Herald.
Oh, very nice.
I love that one. This is like like in a horror movie, you know, there's always the creepy, like, you know, girl, you know, teenager / girl, you know, who's like going to lead you to certain doom or, you know, who knows what. So I'm like, Kennon, I need something like that called the Pale Herald. And you absolutely nailed it. Like you nailed everything.
Yeah, I was hoping I was on the right track there.
Oh, you were. You were. Like I said, so pleased. In fact, I don't know if you were able to listen earlier, but we were talking about like AI art versus, you know, real artists. You know, and my view is like, look, if you could all afford, you know, real art, pay for it, because people will support you. People will pay money if they know that you are using someone like you.
Right. I hope so. I mean, I hope people feel like doing the right thing when they can. But I mean, I also understand that art is not, you know, accessible to people with low funds either. So,
yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm of a couple minds, you know, like I said, I do know people who they're in that exact position. They're like, look, I put this out regularly. I can't afford to pay an artist to fill this book. I would go broke, you know, like literally I don't make enough. So it's like, yeah, I do understand. But I'm just saying, here's the thing, like my piece is going to go, you know, on some sort of crowdfunder. And I know I'm going to make money, which is, I know I'm going to make money because I have confidence in the product. And so that's why I'm like, let's pay for some good art.
Yeah, and you also have a community that you've built, you know, so you're not starting from complete scratch. So
it helps. Yeah, I will say it helps. You know, and I don't want to say it's like a necessity, but man, it certainly does help from what I've seen. Who are some of your favorite artists, Kennon?
Well, I grew up emulating all the olds. The first edition D&D stuff was all a huge influence. And I was big into comics when I was younger too. I really wanted to be a comic book artist, and that just didn't work out. But my favorite D&D artist and comic book artists back in the day were Trampier, Jeff D,
Oh yeah. Pretty good ones.
Elmore.
nice.
My favorite comic book artists were John Byrne. I'm trying to think. I know always. I grew up reading a lot of heavy metal too. So
I figured that. Yeah, I figured you were.
Mobius is a big like. I'm constantly looking at Mobius's work. Yeah, most of those old first edition D&D guys, but I'd say my top two back in the day were Trampier and Jeff D. So
Now, were you like classically trained, or did you just start to draw one day and like?
No, I've just kind of I didn't. There was no art classes that would teach me how to do this kind of stuff. So I did a lot of art classes when I was younger, but it was all. I wouldn't say it was formally trained. My parents put me in some art classes when I was really young, and I went through art in art school or in high school, and then when I got out of high school, I went to school for advertising because I had to do something, and
Pay the bills.
my
Yep.
parents and my grandparents were kind of like, well, where are you gonna go with this? And it was the best sell was to go in advertising. My degree's visual communications, and I did some illustration classes in that, but it wasn't illustration specific, and they didn't teach you technique. It was really a lot of hands off, like just do it how you feel like you should do it.
Mhm.
I had one or two really good instructors when I was in college, but yeah, I kind of just did what I needed to do to get through school, and then at the end, I got to do what I wanted. In my portfolio review, a lot of my instructors were like, "Wow, where's this work been this whole time?" I was like, "I didn't think you guys wanted to see any of this stuff." So
It kind of doesn't surprise me that you kind of had to strike your own path a little bit. And,
yeah,
kind of.
and then
I don't want to say
out of
bring back the old kind of heavy line art style, but I mean, there's not a lot of people that do it, and there's certainly I don't think there's anybody that does it like you.
Right. Thanks.
It's fantastic.
Well, it kind of sucked because when I always wanted to do art like this, and then when I got out of art school, that's right around the time that Wizards of the Coast bought TSR, and they completely overhauled all the art style, and it became all full color. All the books became full color, black and white artwork just got vaporized, and so the work I wanted to do just
went away.
There was no market for it all of a sudden, and so I had to pivot, and I went into several other jobs. I did some animation here and there, and I did some video game work. I did some movie work, and blah blah blah. And then, so now I've survived long enough that people my age became the people that got to make the decisions and spend the money, and those are the people that are like, hey, like we want to see this kind of work again. So now the work
I would be the
I've
poster
always
boy.
wanted to do
Yeah.
is relevant now. So
Yeah,
So-
what you're describing is exactly me, and I do think it's funny how we still have this kind of this worship of youth that started in the 60s, and for some reason has persisted, and it should not, because more than ever, young people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, I say that with all the love in my heart. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. And I love my kids, love my granddaughter, but where we decided to keep worshiping at the altar of a 21-year-old who nowadays is mentally about 14 or 15 years old and is living at home, kind of mooching off of mom and dad in large part. But we don't want to go after the market that's in their 40s and 50s who are statistically at their peak earning wise, have a lot of
Right.
disposable income. You know, houses are mostly paid off. If you're doing things right, I think there's an untapped gold mine out there, honestly, for everybody in our age range. And it's like, it's fine. You make fun of it all you want, but like I said, there's people out there that will support us, and you know, we can give those people kind of what they want.
Yeah, and I feel like the role playing game space is we we handle it like there should only be one flavor, you know, like you role playing games, they should be like movies. If you want to play a rated R movie, then you get to play a rated R movie. If you want to play a G rated movie, you get to play a G rated movie. But for whatever reason, we think that we all have to be playing the same rules with the same, you know, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree.
Where how we've gotten there, but I feel like everybody should be able to play what they want to play, but there shouldn't be any rules about, you know, what's dictated about everybody needs to play this style, you know, this way, you know, so.
Without, you know, because I know artists, you know, are loath to, you know, criticize other artists. So I'll just ask this in a general sense, you know, so you don't have to target anybody specifically. But when you see some of the artwork coming out in D&D these days, like I said, I don't want to get too specific, but you know what I'm talking about. Like some of the let's just say agenda-driven art, and I tell you what, we've even broken it down, and you know, I can just go by what I see. But you know, my buddy Rogan is in his own right an artist. He's a very talented guy, and he'll see like perspective faults with a lot of the art. Yeah. The subject matter is let's just say suspect,
right?
To say the least. And I had a insider at Wizards of the Coast, and he confirmed. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "They will go out of their way not to hire a white, like let's just say North American artist. They will hire women to the moon. They will hire men so long as they're like Brazilian or South American, or anything but American or, you know, Canadian." So what is, I guess, your whole view on that whole situation in general?
Oh man, that's a lot to unpack. I mean, I've experienced that kind of stuff. I worked in video games for a while, and I kind of saw things were changing as I was there.
Right.
I mean, making a living as an artist is tough enough, and I mean, I know I'm not answering your question at all, but I'm trying to.
And like I said, if you feel uncomfortable, because I know you still kind of have to live in that world, but I just wondered if maybe you had
I'm just. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a bummer that it's like that.
I guess it's probably enough that you sort of even do kind of recognize that it's like that, and just kind of keep your head down and keep doing good work. I mean, I guess that's probably enough.
I really enjoyed. I hearkened back to the time where we didn't know everybody's opinion about everything. You know,
Yes.
That's probably. That's kind of the world I live in. Like the people that I trust and the opinions I want to give, I'm going to give them to my friends and people that I am around personally. I'm not going to because I'm really trying to exist and raise a family and pay my bills without, you know, like.
I hear you. I hear you.
So.
And I guess I kind of, well, I'll tell you what, let's take care of this super chat here from Stormwolf47. Thank you again. $10. That is very nice. Kennon, your art is fantastic and has been a joy to see. Keep it up. Keep up all the amazing work. Can't wait to see more. God bless you. Make chainmail bikinis great again.
Chainmail
thank
bikinis
you.
pinch.
Oh
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. William, you'll be happy to know for my piece. Kennon actually asked, he's like, "How risque can I go here?" I'm like, "To your heart's content, brother. Go to your heart's content."
I saw the succubus. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Thank you
amazing.
very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like I'm in the process of writing some modules myself, and I know that there's some stuff that you just can't, like oh man, I feel like I'm tiptoeing through a minefield here.
And
But
you know what? That's okay. You are. I don't want you to harm anything you do. So if you,
yeah,
like I said,
well,
don't.
it's just I try to write stuff that I would want to play in, but then you're
Yes.
like, wow, I could really get knocked for a few things. But it's back to what I was saying about, like, they make movies about bad shit, and just because you put certain subject matter in your role-playing games doesn't mean that you're like,
you endorse it or
like those are the bad guys. The bad guys are doing bad shit. And we're fighting the bad shit, and that's the
Unfortunately, I think there is a small. I wouldn't say small. There is a certain subset who will always just kind of look for things like that to pick on, and it's not like the old days where you could kind of go to them and be like, hey, I'm going to explain this to you, and here's where I'm coming from, and they're going to be good faith brokers and go, okay, all right, fair enough. It's going to be like, no, I want to see you broke. I want to see your children destitute.
Right.
And I want to see you on the street corner begging for money, because I don't particularly like either how you vote politically, who you hang around with. It's gotten to that point too. Like even just like talking to other people, how insane is that world that we're living in? But it's just it's sort of the way we do business now, and I don't think you have to go out of your way to stir up a hornet's nest, and I think that's kind of where you stand. But it's also nice to know that you're not afraid to work with anybody. With anybody who wants good quality art, you're gonna work with.
Well, my personal philosophy is I'm not anybody's enemy until you give me reason to be so.
Yeah, it's the way everybody should be.
And I'm not going to be bullied into not like somebody or talk shit about people that I've had nothing but good experiences with. So
yeah, I see that all the time. Like, our mutual Greg Gillespie, nice guy, like intense. I got to meet him for the first time in person at CNYCon over the past summer, and it's amazing, because all he did was good things there. He was selling his books, he was interacting with people, had time for everybody. And wouldn't you know it, there was a little turd that was unbeknownst to the convention organizer, who's a good dude, Roger. But there was a little turd who was a volunteer, and he started to badmouth Greg like on social media, and basically tried to, cut the legs out from underneath the convention. Oh, how dare you? How dare you let this man, come here? And it's like, dude, he didn't do anything other than sell his work, which people are going to remember long after, your miserable ass is gone. But it just, stuff like that actually just starts to make me angry, because there's no purpose for it other than to destroy. And like you said, it's somebody, and they've given you no reason to hate them, but they do. I don't know. To me, I'm just
trying to draw dragons and wizards and shit, and just stay out of the fray, man. Like it's yeah.
I hear you.
I have way too much other things to take care of.
Well, speaking of that,
arguing with strangers online. So
yeah, just keep your head down, keep doing the art. Everything else will take care of itself. Now you have a book that you can get on Amazon. I put the link for this in the description. of this video. Tell us a little bit about Monsters, what it is, and everything about it.
So I did. This is a collection of monster illustrations I did over the past 3 or 4 years. The majority of which I did for Greg's Dragonslayer projects and Mega Dungeons. A few I did for Mythmere games, and a few I did for Forge of Ice miniatures. And I had I think there's 90 or so in the book. I had a bunch of them, and I figured I'd just put them in a collected book. Each double page spread has the final illustration, and then on the other side is like the rough that I sent to the client. The first rough I sent to the client, so you can kind of see where from the rough to the final what I processed. But yeah, it was. I've started doing my books through Amazon KDP, so it's all self-published. They're available wherever your local it's coming from your local Amazon distributor. So I wanted to I don't want to have to worry about too much about getting books to people in the rest of the world. So if they have access to Amazon, they can get the book. So
And I will vouch, it's a beautiful quality book. It's got a nice kind of, the cover has a nice kind of feel to it. And like I said, if you guys are looking for RPG inspiration, I think I showed you a page there, and you can kind of see, like I showed you earlier, the Pale Herald. That's the rough that Kennon did for it. So we'll have the final on that, and when I get that, I will actually show that off too. But that's what you get in this book. You get the rough and then the final. And I'll just say that it's very simple, but simple is good because it's very inspirational. Like sometimes I'll just look through it, and I'm just blown away by your artwork, brother.
Thank you. It's a strict art book, so it's not. There's no. There's no text or anything like that.
But like it's hard to. It's just kind of hard to say how like we just kind of pick it up and flip through it. If you're looking for like a perfect like coffee table book for men of our age, like this would be it. It's just I'm kind of looking through it now, and it's just so, like I said, so freaking cool. Like I don't know, just show some of this stuff.
Well, I am glad you enjoy it. I'm glad anybody enjoys it, to be honest. So I'm just very
Can I
appreciative.
ask you a technical question?
Sure.
Can you Scott? Can you bring the thing up you were just showing?
The book, you mean?
Yeah. The illustrate. Oh no, you closed it. The texture you do, do you use like a brush, or it looks like an engraving?
It's all
Or like
digital. This is all Photoshop. Everything in here was digital.
Oh, right on. How do you because I do vector art, so I can't do line work like that. I've always wanted to understand how that's done technically. Is that an interesting question?
It's all Photoshop. It's done with a round brush with the sensitivity. So so the harder I push, the bigger the brush gets.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
come on.
It's 100% talent after that. Yeah. It is so freaking cool though.
I've had a lot of questions. I should probably do a live stream at some point and just walk through my whole process, but it's all Photoshop. So
I was going to ask you what kind of what you get. Like for me, I say, Kennon, here's what I want. I want a skinny girl, looks like a horror movie girl. Like what goes in just generally, like, okay, I have this idea. What do you do like from stem to stern, soup to nuts?
The first part is gathering resources. I usually will just go through the internet or my archives of just reference photos that I've collected. And just kind of start really wrapping my head around the subject matter. And then I'll just start sketching. That's the hardest part, to be honest. It's not actually the drawing. It's getting the composition right and the feel of the piece. I think I told you I literally spent all day on that Morgan piece, floundering with that. I tried so many different things that I wasn't happy with.
He's talking about. I'll interject here. I said I want to do a tribute to Morgan Ironwolf from the basic D&D game. I'm like, let's do just kind of our little version of her. And ultimately it was worth it. But go ahead. Yeah, I remember you said you were kind of struggling a bit.
But yeah, some things will just come out just like immediately, like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and it comes out. And then others, I'll flounder with. I just can't get the composition right. I can't. I kind of know where I want it to end up, but I just keep. It's not working out, and sometimes the process is just stepping away and doing something else and letting my subconscious cook on it for a bit. But again, like I said, sometimes the process is easy, and other times, and like I told you before, like doing the ugly, creepy, weird shit, that stuff's easy.
Flows.
It's when I have to do, oh, you got to make this woman attractive. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Because
sure, she has to be attractive.
She has to be attractive.
Absolutely.
Too many lines will screw it. One straight line in the wrong place, and she looks old. And
yeah.
Well,
that's why I don't want to draw on a live stream. What if it's one in 10 times that I forget how to draw and everybody's watching?
Yeah. But that's the first like once I get the roughs done and then get the idea of where I want everything, that's the hardest part. And doing the actual finished line work, that's the easy kind of fun part, because it's all fun, but like it's less stressful. There's a lot of stress, and I get I'll procrastinate because I'm like, oh man, I'm not feeling this, but I know I have to just sit down and start drawing.
Yeah,
to
artist's
get it out.
block. Yeah, version of writer's block. Yeah.
And then once I work for like an hour, I'm like, man, that's awesome. I'm glad I did that, because an hour ago I didn't have this, and now I've got it. So sometimes you just have to sit down and just start working, and 95% of the stuff you're going to do is garbage, but you're looking for the 5%. So
it's, and I would encourage, anybody out there who wants to start their own project, if you're dealing with good artists, human artists, you're going to have to, I don't even want to say put up with it, but that just comes with it. Like you have to kind of let the process flow. That's why I would like to think I'm pretty easy to work with as far as like my artists. I trust them. I'll give them a general sense. And usually if I've picked the right artist, they sort of know already. But I'm not the kind who's going to go back and be like, you know what, can you move her hand from here up to here? And my daughter is a graphic design artist, and she gets that shit all the time. And it just drives her crazy, like silly things that don't mean anything. And it's like, I just
want to see it. I just want to see it. I just want to see if it's better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. So you're not going to mind, doing three hours of work to retool that, right? Just because I want to see it. Do you get a lot of redesigns requests, Kennon? Drive you nuts?
I mean, clients run the gamut. I'd say you are on one end of it where you're just like, everything's perfect. I have no changes. Oh, except maybe instead of those pine trees, just change the pine tree.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're in a jungle. Yeah, no pine, palm. That's it.
And I actually thought about that after the fact. I'm like, I think this is supposed to be in the jungle. So,
but even then, I was considering. I'm like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I kind of looked where they were in the picture. They weren't really interfering with anything. I'm like, I know enough about it. I'm like, I bet he's going to be able to do that without too much trouble.
Yeah,
and I'm sure
it was something I actually thought of after the fact. I just kind of default to creepy pine trees.
It's a good default. It is.
But then after the fact, I was like, oh, okay, these need to be tropical. You know, so
yeah, that was my one and
so
only
you're
change.
one end of the spectrum, and then there's the other end. I love Greg to death, but he's hardcore sometimes.
Particular.
Like, sometimes he's like, hey, that pommel on that sword on that guy in the back is too big, or something like that. You know, and I'm like, okay, Greg, you know, like, and it's cool, you know, that's just, you know, that's something that it's important to him. That's cool, you know, and we go back and forth. Like I've pushed back, and me and him have gone rounds before, but you know, as long as the client's happy at the end, you know, like at the end of the day, they're paying for the work. So it's not like I'm going to get bunched up and be like, oh, you're stepping on my artistic integrity or anything like that. Like, this is the work you're paying for. I want my clients to be happy in the end to, you know,
Well,
so
it's kind of,
I don't have a problem going back and forth. It's, you know, sometimes they're kind of, and not Greg specifically, but clients make these changes or these requests, and you're just like, you know, you hired an artist, you know, at some point you need to let the artist be the artist.
Trust them. Yeah, trust them.
Because there's a difference between stylistic changes and just like, hey, this guy's hand looks too big, you know. Well, you know, like that was a decision that I made artistically to make his hand that big. So
yeah. So
at
go
some
with
point you're going to be, well, why did you hire me to make these artistic choices? Because that's, you know, anyway, I'm on a soapbox at this point, but that, you know, that's, sometimes you're like, did you really want to hire me, or did you just want me to get you, you know? Yeah. Anyway. So yeah.
Go ahead, William. What were you going to say?
Oh, it was back when I did client work. It was my observation that people who not the CEO necessarily, but the people who sign off on the art don't feel like they're doing their job unless they give useful critiques.
Oh,
so
God.
every character that I turned in, I would stick like a cigarette in his mouth, right? Just like add it on at the very end. Right. And they come back to like, you know, we respect your vision, and but we feel like maybe it takes them 30 minutes to get around. Maybe if you remove the cigarette. Done. Cigarette gone. And then they made their change. They didn't change anything. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I've done freelance so long. I can almost, well, not almost. I can tell when there's more than like one or two people. There's been, you know, several times that I realize that there's a committee of people that the artwork has to run through, and it's like, oh my gosh. Like this is going to be awful, you know. Like, yeah, I've gotten clients that say, you know, I have a point of contact, and they will say, well, we have our guy, we have our web designer guy says that maybe this should be moved down, and I'm like. How many people is this being run through, you know, like, because just like you said, some people, especially in corporate settings, feel like that if they're not participating in the meeting, then they're not doing their job, or they won't be they won't be acknowledged for their participation and
that is 100% correct. It's I work at a Fortune 500 company. So it's very far. Let's just say it is about as far away as you can get from the artistic field. But the phenomena persists nonetheless. When a new manager comes into a role, they will just, because they need to look like they're doing something.
Yeah.
They will shake things up. Oh, let's have a process improvement meeting. How can we fuck with you and make your lives miserable over the next 2 months so I can go to my boss and say, see, that bonus you're paying me, it is worth it. It is widespread. It's almost human nature. It comes totally down to maybe that imposter syndrome, you know, where people feel like they have to have to do something in order to feel justified. I don't know.
I was working when I worked in I worked for EA, and I'm probably getting close to calling people out, but I don't care. I got knocked in a quarterly meeting or a quarterly review because I didn't have anything to. I didn't bitch about anything in a meeting, and I got knocked in a quarterly review because I didn't say anything negative in that meeting. They took that as I didn't care. And I was like, you guys, the other people in this meeting were bitching about the air conditioner in the offices being too cold. Like, I've had shitty jobs. I've worked in construction in Florida in the summer. Like, this is not a hard job. Like, this is very, very easy, you know? So I didn't have anything to bitch about, but I got knocked in that quarterly meet. Oh man. Like, I was just so like, I am in the wrong place, man.
I had my boss's boss. You know, he was doing like, you know, he's kind of feeling out all the employees, but what he was really doing is kicking the bushes on ways he could ding my boss. So he's like, yeah, let's go for a walk, you know, and it's all chit chat. Then it's like, so how can how can your boss improve? You know, what are things that he needs? And I'm just like, I don't do that. If I have a problem with my boss, I'll go to him and just be like, hey, you know, I don't particularly like this or whatever. But I'm old school. To me, that's ratting somebody out. When you are talking to somebody who can fuck with their money potentially, and you know, you say something negative, oh man, that is about as bad as you can get in my book. It's just it breaks all the codes. It breaks guy code, all that stuff, and I wouldn't do it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, he's a great boss. What do you want me to say? You know, he was like almost begging me, give me something negative that I could say, you know, say about him or ding him for in his review. I'm like, you're not going to get that from me. I'm like, I don't do that. So I said it very respectfully, but kind of forcefully. And I'll be a little controversial here. Something I'm hardly ever, but it's this kind of feminization of culture where we all want to be catty and, you know, talk about our feelings, you know, and ding people for it. And I'm not on board with it. I'm just not.
Shouldn't have women in the office.
Well, that's a different subject, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Edgelord says that's all I do at meetings is bitch. And somebody wanted to know, might have been Serix. Yeah, nosy nerd. You working on any minis back there, Kennon?
Minis?
Painting?
Oh, yeah. I mean, are you talking about something specific? I've got a ton of unfinished projects behind me. That's I have all my paints down here, and then you have unfinished scenery stuff here, unfinished miniatures here. Yeah.
What system do you play?
Well, my favorite all-time RPG is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Like when I discovered that in high school, I didn't play D&D at all after that. Like once my gaming group was all older. I was the youngest person in my gaming group. I met one of my best friends. I met at the local gaming store he worked at, and he introduced me to his gaming group. I was in high school at the time, and these guys were in their 20s. And I started playing Warhammer with them, and man, I was like, man, this is awesome. Like this is not just, you know, going door to door, you know, room to room and killing everything. And there was no, you know, this was like, it was very different. It was very different, and it was exactly how I wanted to play. And yeah, it was good stuff. So Warhammer is my all time. And then he also introduced me to Call of Cthulhu, and that was kind of the same way. So Call of Cthulhu and Warhammer Roleplay are my two tops, so.
Good choices. Good choices. All right, well,
Plus,
tell you
I like things where you can like die pretty instantly. Like those are the good games. Those are the interesting.
D&D first edition.
Just like.
Yeah. Well, that's it. The book you did the book you did a lot of work for, Dragonslayer. Greg's been doing live plays on my channel for the last couple weeks on Thursdays, and
Okay.
my monk literally is just poking around at the bottom of a hole in the floor with my staff. I hit some yellow spores, make a save. Oh, I missed the save. You're dead.
Man, I
Roll up
think
a new
that's how I
character.
died. My last time I played in Greg's game, I was the halfling thief, and I think I died the exact same way. Like I don't exactly remember because I've had multiple halfling thief deaths lately, but I think it was just like roll a save. Okay, you're dead, and I was like, okay, well, I'm done. So.
Yeah, he is old school to the max. I'm a little more forgiving. I try not to make it a cakewalk, but I'm a tad more forgiving. I don't know. Maybe I'm a softie here. Well, I'll tell you what, Kennon, I'm going to let you go, but before I do, guys, just know you can get Monsters on Amazon. Just follow the link in the description. Kennon James. Legendary artist. Get his Monsters hardcover. It is a great little Christmas gift. It's a great gift for yourself. It's a great little coffee table book. And if you want inspiration for your RPG, that will do it.
You can get it hardback or softcover too.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I would say, I mean, unless you're hard up for money, like the hardcover's worth it. It's maybe like $10 more. This is one where the hardcover feels pretty darn good.
Feels hard.
It's a beautiful book. Any final thoughts, Kennon?
No, I appreciate you having me on, and that's I'm glad. Again, I'm appreciative and glad that there are clients and people like you out there that are supporting those of us that are trying to do artwork like this. So I appreciate it. So thanks.
And guys, if you're looking for an artist for your game, even if it's just like a splash page, look up Kennon. It's worth it. Yeah, whatever. If you're like trying to fundraise it, you'll get that money back. That's the way I always look at it. You'll get the money back if you have good art, and Kennon is one of the best. So I have no qualms about paying for great art. And like I said, Kennon is a great artist. All right, well, I'm sure we'll talk. As for our thing, Kennon. But we're gonna let you go right now. So you have a great rest of your day.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Take care, buddy. All righty. Whoops. There we go.
I'm staying. What's up?
Yeah, you can stay just a little longer. I was going to put yours back up.
Hi, Patty.
Oh, Patty's here. Hey, what's up, Patty?
Yes.
Good to see you, brother. Yep, we just been hanging out.
Hanging out.
There it is. Civil War II. Okay. Just wanted to give you before I let you go, I wanted to give you one last plug here for Civil War II. Guys, like I said, if you want people like us to keep making games, you got to support stuff like this. Civil War II.
The Kickstarter had 154 backers. Like most of them have not found their way back yet.
Yeah, and that's why I say, like, if you can, just share the link on X. And I tell you what, William, if you can, when you're getting down to the final 2 days, give me a shout out on X. So I'll make sure to plug it on my Wednesday stream, the Wednesday whenever before you're going to go.
You bet.
So actually, I should say, when you're about a week out, let me know. That way I can be sure to plug it on my Wednesday stream. And that'll get some eyes on it too, and that'll give you the last 48-hour boost where you usually get it. But yeah, it is a shame Kickstarter tries to fuck with people.
It worked.
So much.
It worked. They got me.
Yeah. But again, obviously not going to get this in time for this Christmas, but it's going to be worth it.
Oh no, man! Yeah, they made me reboot it like right in the middle of Christmas. That's the worst time to run a campaign right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But you do good work. Like I said, I have POZ behind me. It's
yes, look at that.
Game.
How heavy is that?
Monstrous.
Yes,
Absolutely monstrous. There's the Kyle figure right there. You can see.
It's a crowd pleaser.
It's a crowd pleaser. Yep. All right. Well, listen. Any final thoughts, Mr. William?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was good to talk to you again, as we
yes,
as we established, and we'll have you on in the future too.
I'll start sponsoring the show again.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, that seemed to work good. I tell you what, like you and Mad Scribe Games, you either credit or cash or whatever. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
As far as and it would just be like following one of those clickable links. So
totally.
when we establish that, just let me know. I'll put it live. And like I said, it seemed to work out great. So just hit me up on X for that.
Will do. I will.
All right. Civil War 2. Link in the description. This is William from Incel Riot. You can go to bed now. Get some sleep, right?
Okay. I think I'm so jacked on coffee. I don't think it's 3 a.m. now. I don't think I'm going to get to sleep.
We've ruined your next day.
We'll try.
All right, brother. Take care.
Right. Cheers, mate.
Yep. All righty. Get myself big here. I'm embiggened. There we go. Okay, guys. What's it? Make sure I didn't miss anything here. See Serix, Owl of Omens. Yep. I hope you guys liked the guests. Interesting guys. William and Kennon. You got to, like I said, you kind of got to support projects like this. If we're going to complain about the Mexican orcs, things like that, then you got to, like I said, you got to do your best to circle the wagons. And, when Kennon is working on something, or William's offering a game, if you have the means, please do. Take care. Other William, Bald Book Geek, good channel. Guys, go over to when we're done, go over to Bald Book Geek and subscribe to him. He's a great dude. Nice guy. Yep. Thanks all. All right. Cal, thank you as always for being here. Yeah. His Kennon's art is amazing, guys. This is a really cool book. Like I said, you will not get a good in frame here. You can see too, I have little cards that I think he sent as well with the book. Kind of see those. Those are kick-ass cards. Now part of the Double D studio. Okay. Yes. Good point. Moxow, hit the like button. Grows the channel. Absolutely. So does sharing the link out. Let people know there's like-minded folk out there who just want good shit and no nonsense. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoyed listening. Yeah, the AI stuff is definitely interesting. I don't want to say I guess I am saying I'm changing my views on AI. At first I was kind of like laissez-faire. But like the old saying goes, consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds. So I'm rapidly growing to be like, this whole AI thing is just a little too much. As a tool, fine. But when you're using it to call people, when you're using it to write your shit, when you're, like I said, just using it all the time, try to find a better way if at all possible. That's all. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I know it's Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day if you're in the States. It is snowy as hell up here in good old Erie, PA, but we're hardy souls. I'm going to see Chris Kattan tonight. Remember from Saturday Night Live, Chris Kattan, Manco, Night at the Roxbury. See how it goes. I don't know what his politics are, but me and Mrs. D just wanted to get out, so we're going to go have dinner and go see Chris Kattan. So wish us the best. Okay. You guys, Mr. Peepers, yeah. Take care. Thanks all. Thank you all for the super chats. Much appreciated as always. And we'll talk probably Wednesday. All right.